Yo, welcome, Kletus Roadside Service coming at you, and of course we're rolling down the road. We're in a Peterbilt day cab. Nothing special about it, other than it's a winch truck. I'm frac tanking today, guys. I'm gonna do some frac tanking. So yesterday I talked about going to that job site, and then I fucking threw up everywhere, and it's not good. But luckily, I felt better after that, and I was able to continue working all day. Even though we'd had one guy call out. He's like, "My tummy hurts. I'm sick." Hey, you motherfuckers, you listen up here, okay? I don't call in sick, okay? And hey, look at me. I'm throwing up, driving down the road like I was literally in the. I was in the back roads. I slowed way down. You guys heard it all. And I pulled over and I opened up the door and I just let her rip. And did that about 3 or 4 times. And then I was like, hey, I feel a lot better. I should get back on the podcast, show people I didn't die or something. But nah, it's all right. You guys know I ain't going yet. Not yet. Not quite yet. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow, but not today, right now. Maybe today. I don't fucking know. Hopefully not. Hopefully I got a few more years in me. But anyways, that job that I was talking about, I was like, oh, it's going to be concrete. We're going to need to get some goddamn chisels and whatnot in there. No, not at all. Not at all. It was awesome. We were able, this motherfucker running a red light. You little bitch, I see you run that red light, you stupid fucking idiot. Damn. All right. So anyways, it's no, all this shit is amazing. The waste in this tank that we're trying to suck out, we were using the vac from the guzzler hooked to the vac box, and then on the other side of the vac box is where the hose comes out, and we're sucking all the shit into the vac box, and it's working out really really good. I'm actually kind of really shocked on how well it's working because I've done this job a few different times or used that piece of equipment because this one's a little bit different because we use bladder bags on the inside of the vac boxes. So there's another attachment that goes on the manhole lid on the top of the vac box, and it's got 2 pipes. So we have 2 pipes coming from the guzzler. One of them is sucking the shit into the bag, and the other one is sucking the bag to the container, if that makes any sense to you. Um, it's like I don't know. I'm going to try to talk about it, and maybe you guys will understand. If you grab your trash can and you cut a hole in the bottom and you stick your vacuum to the bottom of the trash can, and then put a bag in the top of the trash can, whenever you suck that, that's going to remove all the air from in between the trash bag and the trash can, and it's going to make that trash bag seal completely to the motherfucking trash can. And so we have that going, and then we also have shit getting sucked into the bag, which is also another force on the bag, which I don't know how that even works, but it works. I don't know. And these vac boxes with the bag in them, the bag has got like a chute that comes out the manhole lid at the top, and then we have this big plastic round thing with the hoses coming out. That goes on there. Well, usually that bag will suck to that whenever I don't know, it fucks it up all the time. But hey, I don't know, everything worked great. Okay, science shit. Okay, it worked out well, and all the material in the tank. I mean, it's a little clumpy, but we get a guy in there, he just stomps on it. He just stomping around on it, and it's just melting and going right into the hose. And we filled up 2 vac boxes yesterday, and that worked out great because, well, they were planning on this taking 4 days. We were going to come back after the holidays, and do this again is what they were thinking. And no, that's not happening at all. We're gonna finish this shit today, and then tomorrow I got to move a frac tank around. I'm gonna be in this truck for a couple of days, I guess. But just somebody wants a frac tank relocated, so somebody's got it on a piece of property. They're done with it. They want it out of their fucking way, so I'm gonna move it to another site for them. And it's pretty simple. Um, Sometimes it could be a long drive. Sometimes it could be a short drive. Just kind of depends. We got a police officer rolling up uh, code 5 or whatever that is. We'll go ahead and put these flashers on. All right. He ain't coming for me. That's good. He might be after this fucking idiot pulling over to the left. You stupid fucking idiot. All right. Anyways, the shit's flowing great. It's wonderful. We filled up 2 vac boxes. We think we have a third vac box that we're going to use. Well, I mean, we know we have a third that we're going to use and fill up. Hopefully, it doesn't end up being a fourth. But yesterday was pretty cool because we filled up both vac boxes by noon. And then we had no other vac boxes or anything we could do. So we sent the 2 guys that ran the vac boxes out because I ran the guzzler. So those 2 guys, they took off. They went to the landfill. And me and the supervisor just kind of hung out. We went to the gas station, just sitting around. We both took naps. We were napping together. Me and my supervisor took a nap together. I don't think that's sexual harassment at all. He didn't touch me at all. I didn't touch him either, But we were both breathing the same air while sleeping, and that's pretty gay. But I enjoyed it. It was a good time. So I don't know. He was like, I'm taking a nap. I'm like, okay. And I was trying to stay awake. I got my phone. I kept dropping my phone on the floor because I kept dozing off. It was a rainy day yesterday. It was dark, gloomy, rainy. And it was just like, oh, this is wonderful. I'd like to just not do anything. And he's like, that's all we have to do is nothing. We have to wait for them fuckers to get back. And then whenever they got back, we got set up for today, but we didn't do anything. We just we didn't do shit. We just set it up and left. And, oh, god damn, where did that even fucking come from? There's a rock that just, fell from the sky right into my windshield. The hell? So yeah, that worked out pretty good. Guess what I'm wearing? I'm waiting. Yes, I got new overalls, guys. I got me some Carhartt overalls. Oh God, I love them. I don't know if they have different models of Carhartt overalls, but these are by far my favorite so far. I love all overalls. I love wearing overalls. The problem is the buckles that come over your shoulders. That is usually right on my fucking nipple, and my nipple gets raw. Okay, my nipples are bright red and sore as a motherfucker every time I used to wear overalls. Even though I loved them, I would just have to wear a hoodie or something underneath them to give a little bit more padding so my nipples wouldn't just rub off. At first it's kind of arousing, and then after that it's fucking pain. Pain and more pain on my nipples. So, but this model, I don't know if there is a model number or whatever, but these ones, the buttons are almost all the way up on my fucking collarbone. It's wonderful. I'm like, this is how this should fit. And my nipples are behind just some fabric, and they're not going to get rubbed raw. Okay, we're going to be great. But that buckle, man, when that buckle just rubs on your nipple for the 80th time, you're like, oh, God, please, I got to take this bitch off. Another perk is I don't have to wear a belt on my jeans. I wear jeans underneath on these, you know. I usually don't like getting the insulated ones because I always wear jeans. I mean, if you're wearing overalls and nothing underneath your overalls, what the hell are you doing? I don't think that's even allowed. You're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to wear jeans underneath. So I don't like getting the insulated ones because I get way too fucking hot. Oh, shit me. Jesus Christ. These fucking fuckheads, they want to pass me on the right. I'm going to just blast them out of the fucking sky. This truck has no speed limiter on it. I'm going not too fast. I'm not going too fast right now. Um, anyways, yeah, I don't know. I don't want the insulated ones because I already got jeans on. That's a lot of layers. And if I want really to be really insulated, I'll put on some of that long underwear under my jeans, then put my jeans on, then put these on. And I don't know. It's my most comfortable state is wearing overalls. My ass crack is not hanging out because I'm in overalls. I don't have to wear a belt because I'm in overalls. I have pockets on my chest because I'm in overalls. I got pockets all along the side. I don't have to take my fucking boots off. Well, that's the thing. The model that I got a couple years ago, I found some that I liked, but I didn't want that color. So I just grabbed the same exact size in a different color and took them home and found out whenever I got home that those ones, there is no zipper on the side. You got to you have to try to put your boots on while wearing overalls. Not easy. Not a fan of that. I like sliding my boots right through it. Yeah, you're going to get a little bit of mud and dog poop or whatever slid on the inside of your overalls, but you know what? It's worth it. Uh, it's not bad. It's not human poop. Human poop, I've had that on me too. That's way worse than dog poop. Dog poop ain't no good, but human poop is way fucking worse. Horse shit. I've had horse shit. I've been around horses before where they shit, and I've stepped in their fucking mud pies. I've stepped in a lot of cow pies. Trying to think. I used to have a gerbil growing up, and I had to clean the cage, and I got a little bit of that poop on me. But those are like little rice. It's like black rice. Not too bad. What other kind of animals poop have I had on me? Probably a toad. They pee on me. Um, hmm. Chinchilla. I I don't know. I don't know if I've even held a chinchilla, but I do like the name chinchilla. All right, this spitter is not working out too well. It's getting fucking everywhere. But yeah, I'm wearing brand new overalls. My company, they will sponsor a little bit of the funds that go towards workwear, and these are workwear. I mean, I'm pretty confident from this point forward until winter's over, I might wear these every fucking day. I love wearing overalls, and they look way too new right now. I mean, I'm a messy boy, so they're starting to get a little bit of weather on them, even though this is the first day I've worn them to work, and I haven't even worked yet. But they're getting there. They're getting there. They'll be worn in here real quick. I do need to stretch them out a little bit because they are a little bit cardboardish, but I can't. I mean, I'm just so happy I got some. And it was kind of unexpected. It was just kind of a spur of the moment where I was like, I need to go wash all my old overalls, and I mean, they last for years, but they eventually they're not good no more. Like the zippers on some of them, the zippers start coming apart, and they get rips and tears and other. I think the overalls I got right now, some of them are from last year winter, and I think I did something nasty in them, and I just took them off when I got home, and I left them in the garage, and so now they're pretty nasty. So I don't even know if I'm going to waste my time on them. I might, but I'm probably just going to toss them because now I got a good pair, and I'm happy about it. And I got Carhartt jackets. I do like Carhartt. But what brought me to Tractor Supply is that they have some other brands of workwear, and they just didn't have my size in stock, or else I probably would have got a totally different brand just because of the nipple situation. But now I'm happy with these. The nipple situation is going to be perfectly fine in these. Are y'all boxing me in? I'm getting boxed in over here. I'm at the same spot I was yesterday where the two lanes go into one, and it used to favor a lane, but now it's just they both merge. But I had a spot back there, but this other pickup truck would just kept creeping up on me. I'm like, hey motherfucker, I'm gonna need to get into that lane eventually. What are you doing? You want me to get behind you? I'm faster than you, and I'm in a Peterbilt. Had to wait for a phone call from the wife there. Am I even recording right now? Yeah, alright. My son ain't feeling too good. He's gonna stay home from school, poor guy. He, my son, I mean, he's got some of my traits with him. Because I was also the same way where I was like, I don't want to go to school. I don't like going to school. I don't want to go to school. But now that I'm grown up, I'm like, why did I not want to go to fucking school? I mean, I just got to hang out with kids all day. I got to hang out. I get to see cute girls. You know, you don't know what you're gonna see. You get to, at home. You got to make your own fucking lunch. Like, what am I gonna have for lunch at home? A bowl of cereal? Go to school. Fucking, they got pizza, cheeseburgers, and tater tots and whatnot. They got all kinds of good shit at school. I mean, that was back in the day. That was pre 2009. 2009 was the last schooling I did, but yeah, I don't know. He's the same way. So I think he's making it up. He's like, oh, you don't feel too good. My daughter, she loves to go to school. She gets mad when she's sick and she has to stay home, and I love that about her. I think that's so cute. She wants to go see her friends, but she's in like a preschool thing. So she is doing like learning stuff, but most of it's just hanging out and playing around. And I think the same thing for my. I mean, I don't know, first grade. Think about first grade. I can't even remember first grade. First grade, I still lived over in Kansas. Second grade, maybe even third, I moved to Missouri, and I remember that class. I remember that Miss Phillips, and yeah, she's the one that put me in timeout for setting up a harpoon trap for Kelsey, which was a girl that was trying to hit on me in second grade. She kept putting her elbow on my fucking desk. Little bitch. Get off my desk. Sharpened a pencil, put it in a notebook, and left it there. So then whenever she shoves her fucking hairy elbow, it wasn't hairy. She's a young kid. But whenever she shoves her fucking nasty ass elbow over onto my fucking desk, you get harpooned, bitch. You're fucking done. And then I got in big trouble. I talked about that recently. I hadn't thought about that in a long time. But yeah, second grade, my first friend. Well, I guess my first friend when I moved to Missouri was this kid named Jason. He lived up the street from me. And he was a year younger than me, but we always hung out every day. He was a single child. His dad was an avid hunter. His dad, the first time I ever shot a gun or even really saw guns was with his dad. And that That was back in the day, back when my mom was like, "Hey, can I go stay at the lake house with Jason and his family?" And it was always like, "Yeah, sure." They seemed responsible, and they were responsible, but she had no idea that we were going to go out there and just have gun practice. We're just out there. But I loved that he did that with us. Uh, I'm a firm believer in that. That's what I took my son shooting at 6 just this year. I want to get him involved with guns, just not because I want to go out hunting with them and stuff, even though I would like to do that. That would be kind of cool to do that, but mainly just to get him used to it and realize that there are things that you gotta be very careful with some things in life. And I want to show him how to use weapons and how to use them safely, and just, I don't know. I think that's a good idea because my dad didn't really do that with me at all. Like, I don't think I ever shot a gun with my dad, but with my buddy's dad, Jason. Oh, I loved going down there. We were always shooting guns, and his dad really liked me. I liked him. He was a cool guy, Roger. And I'd go up to his house for dinners too. Just school nights. Go up there, like, just end up hanging out with him. And then they're like, "Hey, we're about to do dinner. Do you want to stay for dinner?" And I'm like, "Hell yeah!" And they always had steak, and I'm pretty sure it was mostly venison. But oh, it was fucking awesome. I loved hanging out with him at his house and stuff. He was kind of a nerdy fat kid. I was a skinny, not as nerdy kid, I think, but I don't know. He just knew more about dinosaurs. That's all I'm going off of. Okay, he was a nerd because he knew more about dinosaurs. Uh, he would always give me fucking trivia on dinosaurs, and I'm like, dude, let's just play Grand Theft Auto, because he's a single child, so he got like all the coolest presents, and he didn't have to share with nobody like I did. I had two brothers and a sister I had to share my shit with. Well, not really Kenny. He was a lot younger. But he had a PlayStation 3. And I was like, damn, dude, you have a PlayStation 3? I'm going to come up here all the fucking time play. And he got Grand Theft Auto 4, which was fucking badass. And I'd go up there and I'd just kind of rob the controller from him and just sit there and play all day, every day. It was so much fun. But my first friend that was like at school was Jordan, my buddy Jordan. He's such a cool guy. Me and him, we would hang out. I found out because on the bus, he lived across on the other side of the neighborhood from me, and then me and him just kind of hit it off. I think he moved in right around the same time I moved in, and we just became really good friends. And we're still friends to this day. I don't really talk to him all that much, just because he's got a weird schedule and whatnot. And same with me. I don't know. He's got his own thing going on, but yeah, Jordan. He's a cool guy. He was one of my first friends, and then I met Tyler, I think in third grade, and I just met him at school. He didn't live in my neighborhood or nothing. I had to fucking creep on him and scout him out, find out how to get over to his house and hang out with him. And then me, him, and Jordan started hanging out all the fucking time. And there was a bunch of other guys that came in, but most of the time, Kletus, Tyler, and Jordan. We were always hanging out. And those guys, we all made our childhood so good. Having good friends growing up. We were a little wild, but we weren't super duper reckless. But we were pretty fucking wild. But we were respectable to people. That's I think a lot of the big difference between kids nowadays and kids back then was we would do a lot of bad shit, but we were respectable towards adults and stuff. And a lot of the kids nowadays, I don't know. I also haven't had a big experience with kids nowadays, but I don't know. I just, from what you see on TikTok and social media and stuff, these kids act like they're fucking invincible and they can't get in trouble and whatnot. And I don't know. I haven't had to deal with any of that quite yet, but I will soon because I got me a son and he's gonna be coming home with all kinds of strange ass friends, and I just hope I'm not like these kids are a bad influence on you or something. The hell's going on over there? That's probably my biggest fear is because like the shit that I did growing up. Oh God, I mean the optics of it, the I mean everything about it was like dangerous, like not safe at all in any way, shape or form. But I made it through it. We all three of us made it through it through that childhood, and it was a good time. But I'm gonna have to stop here and get me some coffee. I'll wait till the light turns green. There we go. Yep, had a good childhood, all kinds of good shit. I'm gonna let you guys go until I'm done with my job here and I'm on my way back. I get a little bit more time. Adios. I'll be right back. No, I ain't fucking cutting out quite yet. Hold on, I gotta park this bitch before I fucking get off of here. There we go. I'll be right back. Well, everything is going so far so good. It is almost 1 o'clock. We're done. I got the frac tank loaded up. Headed over to the rental place to drop it off. It'll be about an hour. Things went well today. We got in there. We got set up. Got everything going. Got it cleaned out. One guy did all the cleaning. He did all the cleaning yesterday, and he did all the cleaning today. He didn't even come out for a break. And I was like, I'll get in there. I don't want to lie and say I said that. I didn't say that because he was already, every time I looked in there, it's like, oh, he's almost done. But he just kept staying in there. I'm like, what the hell is he doing? I'm like, I'll swap out with you if you want me to. But I don't know. He probably figured it'd be longer to switch up and get me suited up and get me in there and fill out the paperwork and more paperwork and fucking shit. So, but we got this job done 2 days earlier than expected, so that's good. Uh, yeah, very, very pleased that it wasn't a long ass job, where we got to get like 2 or 3 guys inside the container and fucking with hammers and chisels and hot work permits for the fucking jackhammer or whatever we needed to take in there. It would have been bad, but everything worked out really good. We got the containment. We got that. All the shit moved out of the way. I got the frac tank moved, and then we got the containment all cleaned up and rolled up. And shoot, everything is going really good. We're all headed back to the shop. It feels like I'd like to take tomorrow off, but I don't think I'm gonna. And if I do, well, I guess it's unexcused. If you have an unexcused absence the day before or the day after a holiday, you're fucked, bud. You don't get that holiday pay. I don't think. At least that's where some places I used to work. I don't take days off, so I don't know. But it feels like a day. Today definitely feels like a day that I would like to not come in tomorrow. That's what that's what it feels like. But I'll be here. I'm gonna be running frac tanks around. It should be a pretty simple, easy last day before the holiday. Nice 4-day weekend. I did see that she's got some work scheduled for this weekend, which is fucked. That's fucked, dude. I cannot believe you're going to make people work on holiday weekends, but a lot of these businesses and shit that we work for, they're like, hey, we're shut down. We ain't going to have nobody in here. It'd be a great time for you guys to come in and clean it. And our fucking salesman, I mean, that's what they do. They make it the money, and they can charge more for it being on a weekend. They can charge more probably for it being technically it's not a holiday weekend. I mean, it's just a weekend, but the holiday is. But I think they even have people working on the holiday too, and they're going to be getting. So from what I've heard, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure they say holidays is not double time. Holidays is time and a half, or you just get paid normal or whatever. I don't know. I'm like, it better be fucking double time. Well, maybe that is how it is. I don't know. I haven't really had to. I have worked on holidays. I've had to work on holidays before, but pretty sure they still give you the 8-hour pay that they would have gave you for the holiday, and then you get the time on top of that, whatever you did. And then I don't know. I guess maybe it is double time and a half if you got to work. I don't fucking know. Double time and a half if you're on overtime and up to 8 hours worth of work. Maybe that's how it works. I don't fucking know. I just work here, I'm not a fucking analytical. I don't know shit. But it was kind of funny. Whenever we were cleaning that frac tank or whatever, I got the fucking wand. The guy was getting ready to come out, and this other fucking guy, he acts like he wants to be a fucking boss. He's like, hey, clean this fucking thing up, and I start spraying it, and he's standing right in the fucking spray zone. I'm looking down. I'm just doing my thing, and he's screaming at me, and I stop. I look up, and he's like covered, fucking soaking wet. And I'm like, why the fuck you standing there, bud? He's like, why the fuck are you doing that? I'm like, what do you mean? You told me to fucking clean the floor. Why the fuck would you tell me to clean the floor and stand right there? He's like, I told you to clean the bucket. I'm like, shut the fuck up, motherfucker. You don't know what the fuck you're doing. But I fucking soaked his ass, and then I kept roasting him after that. I was like, oh, you should go stand in the sun for a little bit and you let it fucking shit dry. You fucking got that wet leg, boy. You got that wet leg, boy. He's just over there. He's one, he likes to joke around, but he does not like to be joked upon. That's the thing. He's like, I can make fun of everybody else, but whenever people, even little things, he does not like getting made fun of. But I'm here to work on that with him. I'm going to try to keep fucking with this fucking guy, because it's kind of funny to see him get pissed off, too. But anyways, we all ended it, he had already forgot about it. He gets a little emotional in the middle of it, but he cooled down, and we're cool again, but yeah, I don't know. That's my go-to. Like, if I am fucking with somebody and they are like seriously getting mad, I feel like I can fuck my way out of the deal. I can keep fucking with them, and eventually I can get them to crack a smile. Sometimes people don't give you the chance to get that far, but I know I could always fucking do it. I can always say some fucking weird, random ass bullshit to make people just look at me fucking weird, or crack a smile, or something. I don't know. It usually works, but the person I'm talking about is like my wife. Whenever I'm fucking with my wife, and, and I'm like, all right, she's not taking too kindly what I'm doing here. Let me just keep pushing it. Eventually, I'll find something to make her crack, and it has worked in the past. But a lot of times, she'll just walk away before before I get to. I'm like, hey, you can't fucking walk out in the middle of this fucking bit I'm doing here. You gotta fucking stay to the end. You think I'm a fucking piece of shit now? You think I'm really pissed off at you, or like really fucking with you hard? I'm just being a trying to crack a smile. That's all. That's my goal. But no, I got him fucking soaking wet. This is really funny. And then I did learn that one of the new guys we got with us, that he's a promising guy. But yesterday when they went to go dump, I was kind of telling him, he's like, I've never dumped one of these vac boxes before. I was like, it's super. It's just like the other ones, just. But I'm gonna run through, all the shit with you, because it's not any different than dumping a regular dumpster, because they all have the same amount of chains going around them. I was like, just make sure you don't leave the safety chain on. Undo every chain around this whole fucking dumpster, except for the safety chain, and then do the safety chain. Undo all the chains except for the safety chain, then undo the safety chain. You gotta remember to undo the safety chain. Your life is gonna be fucking hell if you forget to undo that safety chain. Undo the safety chain, then grab the big lever and let the door fucking fly open. Guess what he forgot to do? The fucking safety chain. This fucking guy. And I was kind of I was in the middle of explaining how to, if you forget to do the safety chain, what you can do, but I ended up getting busy with something else and I didn't have time to explain it to him. But he found out that, yeah, he forgot to undo the safety chain. He found out the hard way that that's a fucking pain in the ass, because that door gets pushed open and you're not going to get that safety chain undone. And the chain that holds the door shut isn't long enough to reach the binder to close the door just a little bit, to relieve some tension off of that safety chain, get the safety chain undone. And then usually, sometimes, if you do get a binder that is long enough, or you work with it enough, you can get that binder to grab, and then you got to undo that binder all the way. You got to make sure it's one of them binders. Some of those binders, or booms, chain booms, or whatever you want to call them, you can undo them enough that the threaded piece and hook will just fall the fuck off, and it will. Because, there's no way you're going to get that fucking door to stay shut enough. But I wanted, if I would have explained to him what I wanted to explain to him, he would have been perfectly fine. I would have told him to lift the fucking bed all the way up, let the box go down, and let the door push on the ground, and that should give you enough tension to undo the safety chain, and then just bring the bed down. And as the bed comes down, the door will be able to open a little bit more and more, and then I've had to do that before. Now with these bladder bags, it's a little bit different. If it's not a bladder bag, you just, as you crack the door open, and it's liquid, all the liquid will eventually run out, and then you can get the door open and whatnot. But these bladder bags, they hold all that shit in there, like. It's not good, but I mean, it is good. I don't know if it's good or not. They consider it solids though. That's the fucked up part about the landfill, is they have a liquid pit and then they have a solids pit. The regular landfill where trash goes. And if it's liquid, it goes to the liquid pit, and then they dump some shit in there to soak up all the liquid. And then it becomes a solid, basically, and then they can haul it off in dump trucks down there and dump it. Solidification is what it's called. And it's like all the foam. Whenever they shred cars and other shit from the metal recycling facility, all the foam and fabric and plastic and anything that ain't metal, really, gets ground up into this Jello looking shit. Kind of looks like stuffing. We're getting close to Thanksgiving. It looks like Thanksgiving stuffing, except it smells bad and it's usually covered in oil. But you can they just dump that in the pit. It soaks all that liquid up, and then they take it off. Anyways, we're sucking it up. It's basically a liquid, but it's considered a solid because the liquid part of this material that we're pulling is hazardous. So all the liquid is what I take down to Winoka, and all the solids get taken to the landfill because they're not non-hazardous. But so whenever they're like, oh, it's a solid, we'll take it to the landfill, we'll dump it in where the solids go. Well, we liquefy the motherfucking shit to get it loaded into the vac box. So it's a liquid. And the landfill guys do not appreciate having a gigantic bladder bag full of liquid dumped in with their solids. But I was trying to explain to one guy, I was like, technically it is a solid if it's in a bladder bag. So what are you doing here? But as soon as they push it and run it over, it fucking pops and fucking that gray water fucking shit just goes everywhere. Kind of floods the whole landfill. It makes people pissed off. But you know what? It also rains at the landfill. And that's a lot more water than what we're bringing in, okay? So, I don't know. It's funny. I'm glad I don't have to deal with it, I guess, is where I'm at. But I'm taking this frac tank. I got to just drop it off at the rental place and then go back to the shop. And I think I'm done for the day. Do I want to be done for the day? Yeah, kinda. It would be pretty fucking cool if I could be done. But I think there is going to be some little shit to do at the shop. And then I'll go home. Drive the pickup truck. I got to throw that microwave away. That motherfucker's been sliding around in my bed for 2 days now. I need to get rid of that motherfucker. Throw it in the dumpster. The old sticky, shitty microwave. And then I talked to Luke yesterday. And he wasn't sure if he had enough wood to make a shelf like I want, or it was too thick compared to what I need or what I would prefer. I don't want an inch thick fucking shelf. I want like 1/2 inch to 5/8 maybe. 3/8 is pushing it, but I'll if it's a nice piece of hardwood, I'll do it. If it's 3/8, I could do with like oak. But whenever I get to pine, I'm gonna want a 1/2 inch or more pine board thrown up there. I guess I could use 1 inch. I don't know. I think I'm gonna, if it's, the tolerances are pretty tight with my microwave up there. I'd have to redo the whole fucking shelf if I make it too thick. So, but yeah, I mean, I might go up to the hardware store and grab me a pine board, or I might just do oak and get some. I'll definitely go over to Luke's. He's got all kinds of shit over there. Go over to Luke's, get some stain that bitch up, throw it up in there, shellac it or gloss it, or I don't know, whatever that clear coat shit is they put on cabinets and whatnot, just to make it match. And yeah, I don't know. Probably won't do that today. But I did look up some other shit. The guy got wet. We were talking before I pissed him off. We were talking about animals. Because he used to have a bunch of snakes and shit. Snakes and spiders and lizards and all kinds of stuff. He's just a snake man. And he's got like a shark tooth on his necklace. He's got one of those balls of yarn, you know, everybody, they wrap everything in that rope, like that safety rope or whatever the fuck it is. He's got that shit wrapped all over his body. It looks like It looks like the Tomb Raider or something. I don't know. Anyways, it looks like a Wish.com Crocodile Dundee. Anyways, I was like, you ever had any fish? He's like, yeah, I've had fish. I'm like, all right. Well, I don't know. I've had fish too, and I'm thinking about getting my kids a fish tank. One for my boy, one for my girl. Get them betas maybe, or I don't know, some other fish. I don't know. But I was like, that's pretty cheap, and get the kids a fish tank, get them a fish, and let them feed the fish, let them buy little things they can put down in the fish tank, and the fish can hide in it and whatnot. And I think that'd be pretty cool for them to have like their own pets, even though we got dogs, but a fish ain't gonna jump on you and scratch you. The doggies, they jump and they scratch all the time. Not on purpose. They jump on purpose. They don't scratch on purpose. But yeah, I don't know. I looked on Amazon. Maybe I should support an actual business in my community. I don't know, but Amazon is just too fucking easy, and I'm not gonna save anybody by buying a fish tank from a fucking store versus Amazon. It would go unnoticed. But they got little fish tanks that got like the pumps built into them and all kinds of lights and whatnot, and that you could probably knock the damn thing over and it won't spill any water out. I don't know. But yeah, think about getting the kids a fish tank. I think it'd be pretty cool. Pretty cool. I think they would love it. Because, I don't know, we're getting to the age where they're going to want a gerbil or a fucking chinchilla or a lemur or something. They're going to want some sort of a little mammal to run around. And, hey, I've had a gerbil that you could hold and pet and put on the ground and it'd run around and it wasn't scared, and it was a cool ass gerbil. But I've also had some that bite you, and when you put them on the carpet, they run the fuck away, and then they're gone, and it's like, God dang, where'd that gerbil go? Oh, my jacket fell. Yeah, don't need any of that. Don't need losing gerbils in the house. Or hamsters. That's what I had. I had hamsters. I think my sister had a gerbil or something. But they got little chinchillas, too. You could get a chinchilla. You can get one of those, what is that, them hot dog gerbils. What are they called? Forget what they're called. They're like, they look like an otter, but they're not an otter. Those are kind of expensive, though. And I've heard horror stories about people that leave those things running around. They ate their baby's toes off. I'm like, oh, goodness. How long, how, I'd like to look into that story and figure out how long it took the parents to figure out the baby's toes were eaten off by their fucking long-necked gerbil. What is it called? It's not a lemur. What is it? It's some sort of I don't even know what the fuck it is, dude. I have no idea. I feel like the name is sitting right there. I can almost get to it. Anyways, I'm gonna call them long neck gerbils. Long body, long neck gerbils. Anyways, those are things that are pretty fucking cool. I've held a couple of those in my life. Those are pretty cool. The coolest thing I ever held, the coolest animal I ever held was a sloth. He was smiling at me. I think that's just the way his face always looks, but I like to think he was smiling at me. I held that in Cancun. Yeah, cool ass sloth thing. And there was a monkey. spider monkey running around that got a hold of somebody's glasses and took off with them. I was there. I had my jacket on, and I had all my jackets were buttoned down and sealed up. Ain't no monkey getting my shit. I had 2 cans of Skull long cut straight on me. I had to keep that shit protected. That monkey ain't never seen Skull before. I don't need that monkey getting addicted. If he never knows it existed, he'll be all right. Anyways, yeah, I've held a snake before. Didn't like that too much. Tyler had a bearded dragon, and that thing was crazy looking. My brother had some bearded dragons too. But Tyler would just shove that bearded dragon in his hoodie pocket and walk and hop on his bicycle and run around the road. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? Or, well, I guess we were probably driving trucks by that time. But you never know if Tyler's got a lizard in his pocket or not. His name was Spike, and he got another one. I forget that one's name. And that the bigger one named Spike ate that one that was smaller, and he had to pull them apart. It was he's like, all right, God, they can't be together. He thought they were gonna fuck and make babies or something. I had a snake. I had a garter snake. I asked for it for Christmas. I thought I was gonna like snakes. I did like that snake a lot. I didn't want to fucking touch it though, and that's half the fun of having a snake. My dad would pull it out, and he'd, like a fucking piece of spaghetti that moves. He's just moving it, or it's like trying to get away from him, and he's just like holding it. He's like, here, you hold it. And I'm like, ah! Still makes me cringe a little bit thinking about that damn old snake. But that snake, it got out of the cage once, and it was missing for a while. And we started finding snake skin around the house, and then we found it. It was behind a bookshelf. We got the snake out. I don't know how my mom lived in that house with a snake loose. I don't know. But we found it. We put it back into its cage, and then it died that night. Because I woke up and it stunk to high heaven in the house. And I was like, oh my gosh, my snake is dead. What is shaking around? Must not have been nothing. A rough ass road. Yeah, and I had several gerbils and hamsters and whatnot. So how many times have you guys had a hamster? How many times have you had a hamster die? Almost every time, right? Those motherfuckers were hibernating, you dumb bitches. I'm a dumb bitch too. That was a fucking hibernating fucking hamster. And we buried that bitch in the backyard. You believe it? I don't know why we never thought about it growing up. It wasn't until I saw a video the other day. Somebody was like, oh, hamsters, they hibernate. They'll be completely dead and stiff, like not breathing just about. They're hibernating. You can't wake them up. You think it's dead, you go bury it. Gotta hold on to them hamsters. That's what they're shoving their fucking cheeks full. And you're like, geez, you're gonna choke on all that, Jimmy. I don't know, what's a good hamster name? I think I had one named Rocky or something, or Gerald. I don't know. I forget the name, but yep, he was hibernating, and we took him out back. I don't know. Maybe he did die. Maybe he was actually dead. My sister had had one that had babies, and there was a bunch of fucking babies in there, and we were like, oh, that's so cute. And then we came back like a day later or whatever, and it was a massacre. They fucking ate them. The mama ate all the babies. She was like, oh shit, I just pooped out some fucking real good shit. I'm gonna fucking eat them. Dirty bitch. Hamster ate them. Ate baby hamsters. We were like, oh, we're gonna have a bunch of baby hamsters. This is awesome. The Lord has blessed us with their baby hamsters. And then the devil taketh away. Or the Lord giveth and the Lord taketh away, maybe. I don't know. That was one of them white hamsters with the red eyes. Like a lab rat looking deal. It was devilish. It was probably a little bit of evil in it. It just ate the baby hamsters. But fish, yeah, I've had fish. I've never been a great fish owner, but I have had a lot of fish. My fish tank looks good for like a month or two, and then it's fucking disgusting. So I got a new fish tank once, and I knew that the fish tanks get nasty. So I researched a little bit, and they said, get some snails. Get some fucking snails. They'll clean the glass. They eat all the algae. They're great. So I got me a bunch of snails, and they just kept dying. And I had a couple of goldfish and some see-through fish and some glow-in-the-dark fish and some other fish, some tiger, I guess they're just called tiger fish. I don't know. They're like black and red. And just had a bunch of them in there. And then my mom had a shark. She had a big-ass fish tank, and this little shark was the last one. She's like, I'm getting rid of my fish tank. No, I don't know what it was. I don't know where I got the shark from. No, I think I just picked up the shark. A rainbow shark. And a little tiny thing, just a fish. But that thing kept eating my other fish. It kept biting the fuck out of them. And I'm like, damn, dude. So I isolated him, and then all the other fish died. And then he was just by himself in this little tank. Because he was a bad boy. You couldn't have him with nobody. He was going to eat him. So, he lived a long fucking time, and then I gave him to my mom. That's what happened. I gave him to my mom, and then all my mom's fish died, except for this fucking shark. And I'm like, damn, that thing is robust. But you can't have a bunch of these sharks, apparently, because they fight each other. They're kind of like betas. Betas will fight each other and whatnot. Chinese fighting fish. Which way do I want to go? Yeah. Yep. So, I don't know. Thinking about getting some fish for the kids. And, but get smaller tanks that have better filtration and, I don't know, keep up on them. I know these kids are just going to dump the whole fucking fish thing. They're going to overfeed these fish. But hey, it's a learning experience. Everybody should be able to have a fish. Anyways, that's about all I got for you. Keep all 18 down. Adios. We'll talk to you later.